Kochi, Pune is correctly known as the cultural capital of Maharashtra, and it is so apt. And last time we went on discovering iconic historic places of the city. This time we are on a run to discover hidden and truly old temples of Pune, and you will be surprised the city houses some of the oldest temples as old as 5,000 years and more. So come with us as we take you on a journey to discover temples across Pune. Place that we are visiting is actually Baneshwar Temple, which was built during the Pandavas, and it is really difficult and tricky to reach here because you might see plenty temples around the vicinity, but the secret to go up is actually through a very narrow lane from here. Come follow me. So the way to the temple is actually through a residential society, and if you see from both sides, you have people staying here. It's not so hard, but you need to be a bit smart and maybe ask the locals where exactly the lane is. So finally we are at the Baneshwar Temple. It is a cave temple that is almost 5,000 years old. I'm going to take you in through the cave and we'll learn more about it. So the first thing as you enter is a water tank where you can put a coin, which is called the wish fulfillment. Next thing you see is Ganesh Ji's murti here. The next murti is of Bhairavnath and Bhairavi Mata. This Shivling that you see is a Swayambhu Shivling, which means self-incarnated. It was not built by man. This temple is as old as 5th century, and it was built by Banasur when he wanted to please Lord Shiva and wanted to build a temple and place a Shivling in the middle point of the earth. And he kept on praying. By the grace of goddess Bhudevi, he got to know that this is the center point of the earth. So can you imagine you're at the center point of the earth? And then the Shivling was built. Not just that, the Ahalya Devi Holkar used to often visit this temple every day early morning by a boat. The mandir interiors are made with black basalt, and if you see, this is a full cave and there is musical instrument that they've kept here which they use during the Aarti hours. This is a place I think where they store things, and everything is, all the puja ka saman is kept in here. And here there is one of the super old Ganesh Ji's murti, if you see, which they have covered with glass to protect it. Besides that, the folklore also has it that this was a hiding place for Pandavas during their Vanvas period. And there is a natural spring water, the water that keeps this entire cave so thanda. Truly makes you feel very, very, very energized and positive. You cannot talk too much here because it's a very shant place, but it's a great place if you're looking for meditation. So we are through our first historic temples of the city, which is hidden cave temple, and we're going to show you more through this journey. These are the old pillars that have been preserved. These are hand carved. If you can see, there is a depiction of the war that you can see and the winnings. This is from the Pandava era that they've kept here, so nobody can touch it, and it is preserved for all of you to see. After speaking to the locals, we also learned that Baneshwar was another name for Lord Shiva. It is said that Ban, which means one, which is forest, and Ishwar means God. So literally every forest has always had one Ishwar, which is the protector of the forest. And during the olden age, Lord Shiva was the protector of this forest around here, and which is why it is also known as Baneshwar. So we are now at our next location, which is Someshwar Temple. It is a Swayambhu Shivling temple which was built over 900 years ago, and there is so much to talk about this temple. It has literally left all its visitors spellbound, and we can't wait to experience just the same. So come with us as we tell you more about it. Made with black basalt rock, this temple is super ancient and it's actually huge if you look around. As soon as you enter the temple, the first thing is Ganesh Ji's murti, and there is a huge deep mala which is almost 40 feet tall, and it is one of the tallest in the city. As you enter, after Ganesh Ji's murti, on the left hand side you will see a Havan Kund. There is a huge tree out here which is a sacred tree, and people usually pray here, so you can only imagine how old it must be. As you enter, this is the main Ganesh Ji's temple, which is the first temple. The next temple is of Hanuman Ji. The beautiful temple has a ceiling which is hand painted, and it has a lot of gods like Agni Devta, Yam, Dakshin, Shivji, Kuber and Vayu, and a lot of other devtas which are hand painted all over the ceiling. It's so beautiful. Just look at this wall. You know why they have Shivaji's pictures here? There is one more tale that we're soon going to tell you about after we show you the Shivling. Every temple has a tale. This is no different. So I'm going to tell you a beautiful story of how this Shivling actually came into existence and how it was actually discovered. So it is said once upon a time there was a cow who used to always sprinkle milk above a snake hole. And this kept on happening quite continuously for a very long time. And then there was a cow herder who actually dreamt about Shivji on one night. And the next day he went about digging the hole. He found this Shivling, which is why it is known as the Swayambhu Shivling. The access to the main Shivling is only from morning 5 AM to 8 AM and in the evening from 7 PM to 8:30 PM. During the other hours, you will not be allowed to go inside. This place is so beautiful. This mandir can easily double up as a picnic spot because they have so much open space. They also have a Kal Bhairav temple here. This is a beautiful Ram Nadi. And like I had said before, that you saw painting where you saw a lot of Shivaji Maharaj's pictures painted on the wall, and I told you that I will tell you about the story. Apparently, when Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was a young boy, he used to come here with his mom Jijabai and visit this temple quite regularly. And then Jijabai also used to believe that this Shivling is a Jagrit Shivling, which means that if you pray here, all your prayers are heard by the god. And slowly, because she was visiting this place so often, this temple also is known as the Jijabai Temple. So here up there is a small museum that is being developed and has structures from the olden time. So all of these showcase one of the other important places like Shri Baneshwar. This magnificent structure showcases Kedarnath, Trimbakeshwar, Vishweshwar. Basically, all these structures are of Jyotirlings across India. Now we are heading to the Padmavati temple. It is believed that if you pray here, all your wishes come true. So let's go and find it out. This is a pictorial depiction of the same. If you see, there's a cow here. So once upon a time, there used to be a cow who used to often sprinkle milk on the hole of snake. And then there was a cow herder who once dreamt about it and kept on digging it. And if you remember, there was a huge tree inside the temple that we covered. This depicts the same. This is the river, the Ram Nadi. And this whole place beautifully exemplifies how village used to be earlier. During the olden era, the Ayurveda was really big. It is still big. And this is how they used to treat the patients, whoever used to fall sick. Gaon Katta is one of the most popular culture, and they also follow it in Vadas, where everyone from the city comes down and sits under a tree and they all gossip. So the beautiful pathway, the most entertaining, enchanting route leads you to the temple itself. So come with us as we take you here. This is again a Deepmala. So basically what this thing is, this is where they jalao deep, okay? And then this whole thing looks twinkling during the evening with the lights on. And this is Devi Padmavati's temple. This is a Padmavati Devi temple. It is said that Jijabai, the mother of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, used to come here when she used to stay at the Lal Mahal in the 17th century. It is also said that if you pray anything dil se and ask Devi Padmavati anything that you want with pure heart and full surrender, all your wishes do come true. She is known for wish fulfillment. So if you have any wish, then you must come down to Devi Padmavati, bow down your head and seek for it. On our discovery to the oldest temples in the city, we're now heading to Shri Devdeveshwar Temple, which you can see on the hilltop. It's built on Parvati Hill by Balaji Baji Rao. Built during the Peshwa era, this is one of the most prominent temples in the city. So walk with us as we go up. It is a bit of a hike and you have to take approximately 100 steps to go up. So now we're walking up to the temple. Usually temples have tales, and in India we have some of the oldest temples, and it's one of the beautiful ways to trace architecture, the olden architecture, because usually temples are the ones that stay strong for the longest times. Built by the Peshwas in 1795, Devdeveshwar Temple actually has 5 temples. The first one as you arrive is the Vitthal and Rukmini Temple. Beautiful things and exciting things that we noticed as soon as we climbed up was the Peshwa Museum. So you can only imagine the relevance of history and this temple. So now we're heading to the museum and we're going to discover what all things they've kept at the museum. Now we're heading to the Kartikeya temple. If you see the architecture of the temple, you will see these jhal. The whole place reflects the Peshwa era architecture, and this whole spot is so relevant to the history. It'll take you back to the old days. All the temples that we visited in our discovery, this is one of the temples that showcases Peshwa era like no other. Like literally coming to this temple will take you back and give you the glimpses of the beautiful Peshwa era, which was so legendary and is such a strong base of our Maratha history. Now we're going to head to the Vishnu Narayan Temple, which is a part of the Shri Devdeveshwar Temple. It is in the same parisar, which means in the same surrounding. Look at the gorgeous city view from the top of the hill. We're right at the main spot now, at the Shriman Nana Sahib Peshwa Sthapit Shri Devdeveshwar Mandir. We're finally at the main temple on the top, which is a Shiva temple. And while the temple is in the middle, they have 4 different temples at 4 different corners. This is Nandiji at the entrance. So the beautiful Suryadev Murti has 7 horses. The next temple in the parisar is the Ganesh temple and Bhavani Mata temple. So the temple is around 262-year-old. The beauty of the temple is its olden architecture. If you see, it is built with the black basalt rock. This temple is no different. This temple is known as the miraculous temple. It is said that Kashi Bai once was suffering with a really bad injury in her right foot, and then someone told her that she needs to come to this temple and pray, and it is said that Kashi Bai came here to pray and promised that if she cured, then she would build a temple here, and which is how Balaji Rao built the temple here. Kashibai was a mother to the third Peshwa. The temple stands as a reminder of Nana Sahib Peshwa's love for Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ji. So if you didn't know these interesting facts, then here you are. This place makes a great breakfast place. Also a good spot for a date if you're looking for a breakfast date with a view in a full Puneri style with vada pav and some chai, then why not? Hi, what's up viewers? Now we're finally at one of the most popular and the only Shri Siddhivinayak temple of Pune, that is the Sarasbagh Ganpati temple. After building the Shri Devdeveshwar Temple on the Parvati Hill, Shri Balaji Baji Rao decided to focus on the beautification of the foothills, and then he created an island, which is this. Surrounding the island there was a lot of greenery, which then became the Sarasbagh Ganpati. While this is not the oldest Ganesh temple in the city, but it's one of the prominent old temples in the city. And it is almost a lifestyle. It's one of the most loved temple. Like, you will see that people have been coming here almost every single day. They have regulars coming every day in the morning for the morning aarti. So it is pretty much a ritual to drop by at Sarasbagh ke Ganpati. Built in Peshwai style, this temple is also known as Talatla Ganpati, which literally means between the lake. This temple is actually built around a lake. There is full lotus lake just around it, and it's one of the most scenic temples in the city. Also, coming here early morning at 7 o'clock for the aarti is a sure pleasure, and you'll definitely feel so good about it. So here's the beautiful lotus lake. You can literally spend hours admiring the greenery and enjoying the beauty of this beautiful temple. They also have lots of fishes and turtles in the lake. When you come here, you can see. Other than to worship the Shri Ganesha temple here, people also come here to exercise early in the morning. You can see people skipping, exercising, doing yoga, jogging around and more. Built more than 2 centuries ago, this temple is actually spread across in 25 acres of land. Can you imagine how huge it is? Besides being one of the most popular temples, did you know this place actually has one of the glorious Peshwai history, wherein after Nana Sahib gave the name Sarasbagh in 1784, Shriman Savai Madhavrao Peshwa built a small temple and installed the Siddhivinayak Ganesh idol, which then became this huge temple slowly.